Culture Club 2, Part 2, Revenge.
Oh, Revengeance.
Austin Sciatica Project we've been going by. Because, I just want to bring this up because I'm a man that was raised in the church.
Oh, yeah?
And me and Jesus like this. He's my savior, all that. And I was like, man, what really hurts me the most about Jesus is that he died at 33.
Dude, I know.
Like, I need like a middle-aged Jesus, like none of the scripture really explains like sciatica or buying reading glasses from Walgreens.
You need a boomer age Jesus.
Or just doing all those things that I don't understand. That I wish if Jesus had the time and the privilege, because obviously life was tough for him. This has helped me get through like having to raise a bratty child or just all the things that that he at 33 he died. Obviously very handsome, fit,
Only the good die young.
Oh man, I just needed a little more teaching in my
later. He was a carpenter too, so he got that workouts in.
I've been telling you, man, he would have helped me out with my sciatica for sure. Like it would have just been.
He definitely stretched.
The Lord, oh man, he giveth and he taketh. But yeah, that's just a side note that I was just gonna bring up. Today we have Julian co-hosting. Me, Rubin Gonzales, and a special guest, the one, the only, Austin legend, Carmen Llanes Pudilo.
Wow. And we just had a conversation about heritage. It's Llanes.
I can't do the sign. It's like
Really? You can't make a Y sound? How do you say
Llanes?
How do you say y'all?
Oh man, I'm such a y'aller.
Y'all.
There you go.
Llanes.
That's how you're gonna remember it.
See, I got you.
Oh,
I could do that.
All right, I'm gonna let you let it roll it.
All right,
Some
ready?
people say I have trouble rolling my R's.
I have friend of the podcast, Carmen Llanes Pudilo.
Thank you so much for having me, Ruben.
Hey,
Welcome back. Welcome back.
It's great to be back.
So, we're going to start off right now with, I think, the biggest story that we have to talk about before we go anywhere else with anything.
Okay. Some breaking news?
Well, they solved the yogurt shop murders.
Man, I was a kid when that happened.
It's been like over the shadow over Austin. I don't even know.
In fact, it was the antidote. Well, it's not an antidote. It was a terrible, horrible tragedy. But it was a clapback, if you will, when I was a kid. And people would talk a lot negatively about the East Side being so dangerous and this and that. And
well, they thought it was a busboy, remember?
Well, my dad was always like,
the
5th Street car wash abduction and the yogurt shop murders.
5th Street car wash abduction?
That's old school, old West Austin history. You could look into that one next. But these were things that happened on the West Side. And they, when it's the West Side, it's always really twisted and a lot more severe.
I mean, obviously, we've known about this case because it's been on the. I mean, it is probably the most important. I'm not important, but it's the crime of the century in Austin.
Yeah,
women from the Tower, then the yogurt shop murders.
If you were in the 20th century Austin, you're right, Tower.
But ever since the 80s, it's been the yogurt shop murders. And then the fact that it was unsolved, and then there was rumors of Satanism.
And then somebody made a series.
Yeah, see, it was like. My favorite thing about it is, like, since it happened in the 90s, there's been, like, I guess since the early 2000s, there's been at least 4 or 5 different TV shows. Forensic Files is my personal favorite, doing coverage on the yogurt shop murder.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, it's been told so many times, it's been this crazy mystery, and for them to figure out, like, with the DNA evidence and stuff, that it was, like, it's like a serial killer from the East Coast.
They've arrested those gentlemen, and they arrested.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say. I was like,
and they had that crazy. Did you ever see the crazy video where they coerced the confession? They put the gun in his mouth, kind of Russian roulette style.
No, I've only heard the rumors, but it was definitely
it's insane.
It was one of those things.
Nobody talks about it because the police was under so much pressure to solve this.
Yeah. Right, and yet you kind of had people in the community who could see and be like, This is not who did it. They don't have the guy.
That gentleman one of them has passed away now too.
Oh really?
He actually killed a cop and was killed by a cop.
Oh my gosh.
I guess he got pulled over.
Justice.
I guess I'm gonna say this right now. The story I was told by Peoples, mind you, was that the lawyer after he got him out the last time told him, "You got to move from Austin. They're gonna kill you."
Whoa.
Wow.
So I don't know. That's just him.
They got him?
Then they got him, yeah. So.
Keep my side of the street clean.
But there's so many interesting things that throughout the years, the rumors, they caused somebody confessed to their college roommate. I don't know. There's been so many things. And then it's just kind of like a crazy drifter that no one ever heard of until the DNA.
Yeah, well, I do feel.
I'm glad we got a bad. I mean,
no kidding, and I feel bad. I feel my heart goes out to the family just because they've had to like relive this so many times. They finally hopefully.
And now the HBO series is out.
I can't even imagine, and so they finally get. I hope some closure, but I think. To your point about how long it's been and how many times we've heard this story, it does harken back to a small town Austin. Where this was a really shocking event.
This was like the grown up moment or the growing moment. I don't know.
Especially for the part of town. I mean, if I remember correctly, it was like North Burnett or like Lamar.
Anderson Lane.
Anderson Lane. Okay, like
well,
so
we
it's
used
like
to
North
call
Austin.
North Austin.
Yeah, like real North Austin, and it's like.
Yeah.
But not
and
anymore.
there's been terrible crime since then, and I'm not saying that this place is even safer, but it's just like it was one of the saddest, worst stories. And I feel like at that time, if you moved to Austin or lived in Austin, everybody knew somebody that was either
talking about it.
Yeah, some kind of rumor.
Went to high school, went to this, went to that, ate there, was a regular. It was just a different time.
Yeah, like if I'm not mistaken, they thought that it was like the person that was the last person in the restaurant or the last two people in the restaurant for a while. And then
the busboy went back to Mexico.
Yeah,
and they were chasing him down for a little bit.
I love the esteem you give the establishment by calling it a restaurant.
Oh,
it was a
yogurt.
Yes,
but look, that's back when they were on top. Though that was the beginning of the yogurt shopping. It was not like something like
was it a TCBY?
Yeah. No,
it was.
Was it?
I can't believe it's not.
I think it was. I can't believe it's not yogurt.
That's so funny that you say that because that's not a thing, y'all.
Yeah.
It was. I found out way too late that it was the country's best yogurt. That's what TCBY. Yeah. But I was with you. I was thinking it was. This can't be yogurt.
I thought it was something.
You telling me this is? I'm living a lie.
No, you're just fusing your '90s memories.
Man.
One is Fabio with the fake
it's
butter,
like the butterfly effect.
and the other one is the soft serve.
Are you gonna be all Mandela up here with the Bernstein Bears and the crazy?
Yeah, I don't know how much your following is.
We're conspiracy.
I'm sure a lot of people. I think one of our biggest episodes was the Lady Bird Lake Killer episode. So I know our fans out there really love.
They like a little conspiracy. They like a
little Austin true crime.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've always been a little bit on the conspiracy side here in Austin. You know that.
Yeah, well,
that's not going anywhere fast.
Let's just remember the curious minds and spokespeople that have come out of this town.
Yeah, right.
This is the house that Alex Jones built.
I wasn't gonna say his name.
You're like you dare not say his name.
This is the studio where they made him right here.
Camping
out. You know that, right? Over there. That's the.
Yeah,
that's his desk.
That is his desk. Hey, if you talk about Austin back in the day, I mean, my friends waited tables at Susie's for him. I mean,
I used to wait on him too. I used to work at Cheesecake Factory back in the zeros.
People don't know what it was like.
Yeah,
what he used to be like before, really.
Before, like.
That turn in the millennium, something happened.
He was always a character.
Oh, he was always so far to the right, he was left. And
it was like an
back
ego
again.
thing.
But we liked it when he was fighting aliens and lizard people.
And yelling about metal detectors and all that. Yeah, hiding in the forest, and spying on the Illuminati and talking about Moloch.
Breaking into whatever that place is called in California.
Complaining about the new Frostbake Tower.
It was an owl. He's right.
It's a Moloch.
I'm pretty sure he's dead on with that
one. But you would have stopped clock.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying that he's gone off the deep end. I'm just saying that this is.
I am
the studio that built him here. Okay?
I'd say at about 2005 he went off the deep end.
He was probably already off the deep end before that.
Oh well, he was.
Shout out Castle Dental. Oh. For all the real heads out there. Oh my Lord.
Well, I was going to say, top off.
That was the news of the news.
To end that one, I was like, I think they solved it. Was it by some kind of cloth DNA sample?
I have no
on like
idea.
A T-shirt? It was like something like that on a shirt.
This is what I know.
Collared shirt or something.
I talked to one of my friends, and she's like a
expert.
It's one of the girls was sexually assaulted.
Oh.
And they didn't go in at first. They didn't. I guess when they first got the girls, they didn't realize it.
Yeah.
But then later on, they kind of... So they got the sample, but they didn't really know what to do with it. And I think they tried to run it like a long time ago, but nothing hit, right? Whatever. And I guess there's this new test called the YXR or something like that. It's like a Y chromosome test only, because obviously they're all girls, they're murdered.
Yeah.
So he had a Y chromosome, so it was a man.
Yeah.
And I guess they out of suicide.
Well, he was locked up. That was the thing. Like,
yeah,
he died in prison,
but it was early. He was locked up like in '88 to like '92 or something weird. I forgot what years. But
he didn't die in prison?
Wrong. No.
Okay.
He had his family held hostage, and the SWAT team was coming in, and he shot himself.
Oh well.
They're calling it a suicide, but it's like basically they were going to.
Yeah,
kill
I was
him
like,
anyway.
I mean, that's. Yeah.
Well, but that was the thing. It was like, they found out that he ended up being like basically.
So when they found that, I guess the gun, the blood, it matched the Missouri girls.
Yeah.
And then it matched the South Carolina and the Tennessee.
And
then when all this stuff got matched up, I guess at some point they exhumed his body.
To get even more data on him?
Yeah, to get more DNA samples because they dug him up. And I think at the very end there, I guess they got the hit in August.
Huh. Oh, okay. Well, then
I guess they decided to rerun the.
Yeah, I was like, then it wrapped pretty quick. Like,
I think the TV show made it rerun it again.
The TV show came out, and then they were like, people are talking about this. Let's run the DNA.
Enhance.
If they can do that now, it's retroactive.
Yeah. So they found it, and I was like, oh, there it is, and then.
And now we gotta just shot.
That was a match that was pretty, I guess 20 indicators more. So I don't know. They said it's pretty damn.
No, it's dead on. They think it's for sure.
Yeah.
So
there's not much doubt.
But it's good to see a storied cold case get solved in Austin.
It's true.
Any case.
Hopefully gives hope, for some of those others that really should be solved.
For sure.
Justice for Esme.
Well, should we get into some topics?
Oh, yes. But before we do this, Carmen.
Started on a bright note over
here. I know.
Carmen, I don't even want to do this to you. I want to bring the house down here. How has things been since the election?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Never.
Look, I thought put up great numbers for the $7 you had versus his $7 million.
That's it.
I mean, for real.
And then the promises he made to real estate companies and wild dogs and whoever else is voting for him, thinking that they're going to get something.
Did you see him this last week? I think it was basically he found some way to talk about it, but he was talking about how people in Austin are known for hitting bongs and stuff. I
saw that. Yeah.
I was like, man.
I think it's a deep dig into the personality and charm, which I will say this mayor has plenty of. You know,
he does.
But he's been mayor 17 times. He knows what he's doing.
He knows.
Not the
he
job,
knows that charmy, that down home, that joke along.
He's got the voice too.
Even along on the campaign trail, I will say sometimes I felt like the rest of them needed to lighten up a little. The mayor and I were the ones kind of cracking jokes.
He answers
you guys
want
to be likable, right?
He's not doing the answers he's giving, but he answered all the questions with what you would like to hear.
Oh, I mean, plenty of lies, and I mean, I will come out and say it. I mean, this is probably the most financially desperate place we've been in.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring up Prop Q.
Well, we're gonna go there.
Yeah.
We're gonna go there. But the most important thing to know about Prop Q is how we got here.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is one of the highest spending. This is the most expensive mayor we've ever had, both times.
Damn.
I mean, you can look at the history of Kirk Watson becoming mayor in '97 and us going from our first $1 billion budget to that budget just.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I was going to bring this up later.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
But okay, let's just go back to things. So you.
Oh yeah, back to me.
Yeah.
We did have a great time.
I mean, I will say,
run. Thank you for that. Really, we came 12 votes.
The people loved you, which is such a weird number.
We came 12 votes from a runoff. It might have been 13, but he can't have my sacred number. That's our sacred number.
A dozen.
It's a dozen.
Dozen away.
I mean, the reality is the numbers were razor thin margins. There was all kinds of confusion. 70 ballots were found after the ballots were zeroed out, 5 days after the election, and we had to count provisional votes. That's when my gap went from 14 to 12.
Oh, wow.
So there were a lot of questions, and you all may have seen I asked for a partial recount.
Yeah.
A lot of voter officers and different people who had worked the elections encouraged me because they were seeing these irregularities.
Yeah.
It would have cost many thousands of dollars, many months of fighting. It wasn't the fight to have at the time, But the important thing is we came 12 votes from a runoff in a city of 1 million people with a grassroots campaign with not a single party endorsement.
Yeah.
And with 10 to 15% of the funds of our opponent.
Oh, yeah.
We placed above a 3-time incumbent council member, and we changed the narrative and brought people together in a way that folks are still organizing. So when you ask me what's happening since the election, I could fill up your whole hour talking about community projects, initiatives, campaigns, tenant organizing, looking at the next set of elections, but going far beyond that. The relationships we built and the connections we made are bigger than any of the other electoral politics.
I mean, there's so much going on in the world, but obviously even more in Austin. Like sometimes I get it, everyone's like, we gotta worry about this. But right here, I mean, we literally just spent $1 million on a logo that nobody wants.
I know.
Oh yeah, and I mean
that they're gonna probably try to revamp too, because they're so sus on this whole thing.
I mean, watch it, because the reality is that got voted on probably like 4 or 5 councils ago with a different mayor and everything.
Yeah.
And the problem is, like, out of all the council people, like, you could look at the council now and say, well, why didn't you stop the spending? Like, somebody could have, like, pumped the brakes on this, but did they even know? I don't even think they know half the time where our money's going.
Well, it's so, like, even for the I-35 construction, they voted, caps, who knows, like, last year or the year before on, like, the funding for the cap on the highway,
but not for the cap, for the pegs that the cap may one day go on top of if it's funded.
And then they already, I mean, just this year, pegs, so many crazy things have happened. They Trump took all the funding for that, and that was like, so now they're like, all right, well, we still want to do it, but it's like, how are y'all going to do it though?
And let's be very clear that, like, yes, Trump cut federal funding. Yes, Greg Abbott has put state caps in place.
Yeah.
That accounts for maybe 40% of the deficit we're dealing with.
Oh, I know.
The rest, we really have to look at this council's extreme spending habits.
Yeah.
I mean, we can look at the convention center.
Right.
Why are we doing the convention center while we're doing everything? Oh my God!
It's called pork. It's called Friends with Contracts. It's all.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It's crazy.
They still want to redo the stupid the Austin Statesman lot too. That whole thing is a complete mess.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's
the Project Rail, whatever. That's never going to happen. That's
Project Connect is now
millions,
but we're
and billions.
Paying for it.
Yeah, but I don't know what the money's due somewhere.
And I think that's the difficult thing, is that, like, we keep paying for these ideas that generally we all believe in.
Yeah.
But
or already agreed upon.
But where are the services?
Yeah.
And who's getting them?
And especially for
I feel like we got to be against Q.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not trying to hurt
Should we start that off as a first topic?
But as a broke-ass person in broke-ass Austin, if you raise property taxes by 20%, rent houses are already outrageous, outlandish. And everyone's like, rents are going down, bro. You don't know. I'm like, shut the hell up.
The top third of the rents are going down.
Yeah,
for the
people
people
if you
who
look
are
at
even
the $3,300 one bedroom downtown is now $2,800.
Right.
So it's gone down, but ours aren't.
Right.
And if the rent houses go up, that's where families live.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then do not think the apartments aren't going to go up, the cheapo ones, because they see the moment. Because this is their moment to strike. If the rent houses go up $500, they're going to go up $200.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to cripple broke Austin, and me, also.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you the arguments.
Shout out broke Austin.
Shout out broke Austin, who gets erased all the time, and people talk like doesn't exist anymore, and I'm like, that's who's holding up this entire economy.
I see it like continually getting pushed further away from the center of town.
Well, I just appreciate you saying something, because I'm not here to tell you to vote for or against Prop Q. Mm-hmm. I can't even tell you how I'm going to vote on it. I feel like we're over a barrel, because we are in a really difficult...
I do feel like we need the money to get all the stupid stuff fixed. But also, I hate this way they're using, like, as a picture of Abbott and Trump, like, don't let these guys win. I'm like,
because I'm like, let's talk about...
This is not about them.
Let's talk about
we hate them, but we hate
tens of millions of dollars they are voting to spend every council meeting on consent. That means they don't discuss it.
Yeah.
They discuss it behind closed doors. And then they come out there and they're like, these 80 items, we're going to vote yes, no. And if you actually look through the agenda, there is so much money. I mean, people are upset about $1.1 million on a logo.
Yeah.
If they were looking at the council agenda, the consent agenda, they would be in shock of the kind of contracts and spending that we approve on a regular basis.
Just with TxDOT, like, I mean, there's a big, the big highway barriers. Like, obviously, they're trying to hide some, like, of the highway construction, but, you know, who knows how much money they gave to TxDOT in the contract for them to build. I think it's like a tunnel. I can't remember quite how big it is, but it's one of the biggest tunnels that has ever been built.
This is
in
one
the
of the
area
really tricky things, right? Like, there's so much TxDOT is going to do that our council doesn't have control over.
Yeah.
And let me also say, like, because I'm going to talk a lot of smack here, but I don't envy our council. Like, they are in a difficult position right now.
Yeah.
Any council person, any magical, you know, elected official would be struggling right now, given the situation.
Yeah,
that
I mean, I do agree with that, but I'm also saying, look, you all ran on a progressive platforms trying to say you're going to do change and change and change. Nothing's changed. I can't walk down Airport, Cameron Road, North Lamar without almost getting hit by 1,700 cars going 80 miles per hour. I can't. I mean, half these schools are closing or like fake closing because they're the real estate of the property's too great.
I was like,
we don't have a post office on the east side.
That's crazy.
Real talk. That's not even a joke. That's like actual real. Like, on my ass.
I think you have to go to like 183.
I go to 45th and Lamar.
Oh, yeah. You go central.
Because there's the one
34th and 34th and
Lamar.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
because they closed. Even Hyde Park lost their. I mean, like North University Speedway, they lost their.
Speedway's now a high-end pizza place and a bookstore and a place where you get a mocha latte hot.
I mean, here's the deal.
$40.
Would I be in support of higher taxes for the basic services that we need? Maybe, if we hadn't already experienced so many increases and not seen the services that come with them, right? I think that's what is difficult, especially like you said for the east side. And let's extend to like North Austin, Runberg area, which has 3 schools up for closure. Now, this is not City of Austin.
I was like, is this part of the AISD consolidation
AISD
plan?
is different,
Yeah, I get it. It's all different moving parts, but...
So, like, we don't want to blame the city for AISD taxes, but in a similar parallel way, communities are told, you have to vote for these increases because you need this for your public schools, and then their public schools are closed.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a question of we're all paying for this, but who's actually benefiting? Project Connect. You have to pay for public transit. But now the plan is only for people from 38th to Old Torf.
Yeah.
And you live north of 183 or south of 71.
Before I was against it because all they wanted to do was take us to the airport and back for the tourists. It wasn't even about us.
Yeah, and all of our folks who live now.
It was not for you, by you.
Everybody who lives in Buda now, or who lives in Manor, or who has to commute, has to jump on a toll road to get to the city that they work in and used to live in.
Yeah.
And where is our commuter transit? Where is public transit for
the
people
all
who are fake
talk. All it is fake talk about affordability. You know what? If you raise property taxes by 20%, you're fucking killing affordability.
And if you vote to allow the demolition of 290 affordable units that rent for under $1,300 a month for 2 bedrooms, you are also part of the problem, which is this whole council right now. In my opinion, they all need to go. I mean, I really think people need to be looking at
real progressives.
The candidate, there's 5 up for re-election or for election this not this coming November, but next November in 26.
Yeah.
Including my council seat is up. And I will tell you right now, there are candidates running, against this wasteful spending and not listening to constituents. We need people who are actually willing to listen to community.
You see the stupid bingo cards?
Oh, yeah, that was, and then everybody's response, I don't know anything about that. Or like, well, I know about it, but we didn't do it.
So they made bingo cards when the public comes and talks to them. And whenever they say whatever, they mark it off and they're betting
they
on it.
literally like roll the ball. They're like, number 26.
Yeah, well.
But the bingo card's like crazy old lady, white guy, legalized weed. Just like whatever.
Free Palestine or
That's crazy. So they just pick we're only going to get these people to talk about this right now. That's it?
Well, I mean, it's basically
a nightmare. They're making fun of everybody. Yeah. They don't care.
It's not the first time council's been caught making fun of constituents.
They don't care.
I remember 15 years ago there was a whole thing about their emails getting open records that it was like, not only did they violate Open Meetings Act by talking about the same thing out of court, like in quorum outside of the meeting, but they were calling certain residents like gadflies or calling people names because they're the same advocates that come up, again and again.
Trying their hardest to keep the city safe.
Like activists. Those are merely the people who care the most.
I don't even know how long some of these Austin City Council members have been in their seats, but I think, like, from what you said already, just about the spending and, like, where we're at as a city, they're obviously not, like, in a good place, or like,
we got a new city manager right now, and he's supposedly doing better, but I don't think so either.
He's bringing a lot of Dallas style stuff here.
Yeah, all he does,
depending on what you think about that.
Really nice restaurants every day.
That's our logo, right?
If you look at our logo,
they gave us the Dallas
logo.
You
could see it in the logo. You could also see it, unfortunately, in the consolidation of a lot of the equity and civil rights work that we've been doing, and it's not good. There are some things I like about the city manager, but there's a lot that I see being undone. Mm-hmm. Really important work that a lot of us who don't even agree on everything work together to get passed over the last 10, 15 years. A lot of it's being undone. And that's another reason it's like you want to fund your city, but you also want to fund a functional city.
Yeah.
You want to fund departments that are actually functionally operating.
I sit here with this idea that we're like this liberal, progressive, dot or halo in Texas, while everything else is so backwards and terrible. But honestly, we're not that great.
Well, it's kind of like Barton Springs, right? It's this beautiful oasis. It used to be free to get into, and then it was $0.25, then it was $3, then it was $5 for residents. You know what I mean? It's and now it's becoming a thing where,
they want to turn that whole park into a stupid park, like a whole. You know what I'm talking about?
No, which one?
The Zilker, the plant. You ever see that?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a perfect. That's
they got rid of the plant, but you know and I know they did not get rid of the plant. They're going to rework it and lie to us and be like, this is more eco-friendly.
That's what happened with Code Next. We defeated Code Next in court 3 times, and it came back in pieces in steroids, and with the political force of putting new people in council who would acquiesce to real estate interests and the police. This happens every single time.
Real estate has won the battle in Austin.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, you
except for
say
West Austin.
Except who's getting the last laugh when all the land values have fallen now? I mean,
yeah, I know.
Some people won, and some people, got away with murder. But a lot of folks are sitting. I mean, look at all these. We saw all these upzonings and zoning cases pass, and nothing's getting built.
Yeah.
Or things just falling through left and right. So
commercial real estate, and that's another problem. We've been over backwards and given all these tech companies whatever they wanted, and now we're broke. It's because these dudes aren't paying for
No, and they already laid off all their workers here, so they're going to go to the next town that gives them a deal.
Poison their water. Oracle's leaving right now.
Oh yeah, Oracle's out.
Yeah, they're moving to Nashville. I don't know.
Just
Elon Musk likes us for all the wrong
reasons. In the Riverside area, it's people in the area,
I will say this:
estate,
that apartment complex that was there where Oracle is now.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
The apartments?
Man, that was the worst apartment complex.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's like they
that
put up all
apartment
those
complex.
apartments.
It was also home to so many families and a lot of raza and a lot of you're talking about the ones they demolished.
Because here's the
cocaine.
Here's what's over there now is they built all those new apartments. All those new apartments are just apartments. It's just like Taylor. They got the semiconductor plant literally right down the road. Within 5 minutes, they have 3 different neighborhoods that they just built, brand new. Who do you think's living there? Everybody that works at the semiconductor plant. So it's like if it closed or it's just all these people are here kind of planted, they got all the tech people for Oracle. They're going to all leave to Nashville. Now those buildings are going to be empty. So it's and they're really expensive. So
well, you would
have you heard the Taylor problem recently?
Taylor, Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They so I guess some crazy old
Mm-hmm.
rich family donating a bunch of land to be turned into a park or a reserve or something. And they're now they're making it into a data center.
Well, they're building it already. I was on the way to
so
Louisiana
I think
this
they're
weekend.
building.
The
Samsung
Samsung
semiconductor was going down. That's already that's a done deal.
That's another data
center. But now they're trying to do another data center, and but the family's saying we donated that money for park
for a park, not a data center.
Yeah.
I don't even know how
it's just
that
gonna be more
works.
convenient.
I don't know either.
I just assume it's more like the Wild West out there in Taylor. I mean, that's the thing. Like Elon doesn't like Austin, or he maybe likes to hang out here, but he likes, Del Valley, Bastrop. He likes these areas that like have
I was like, I think
population.
it's a good indicator that what's happening. Like I just came from out of town. Like went out of town to Louisiana and I came back. And I think the biggest thing that coming back into Austin, you drive through Taylor. It's always been a tiny town. Like just kind of fields and nothing really going down. And now there's this massive plant, bunch of neighborhoods, and you can tell it's not open yet. So like I'm wondering when it's gonna open. Like the traffic already once you hit North Austin is like it's abysmal. Like and when you're driving down I-35 in comparison to like Waco, I feel like Waco it's a lot more streamlined. There's not as much traffic, or it's not as dangerous. And when you get to Austin, it's just a mess. Like
I'll be honest, Austin traffic
might have Houston beat at this point.
Well, we've done this thing where we wanted 1 million people and density and all this stuff, but we never considered making any new roads.
The pound sign of highways that we had. Yeah. Like, well, we finally put a loop around it.
I've always thought Mopac was evil, but yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I started thinking about the highway expansion. I was against the 35 expansion just like everybody else. Yeah. However, I recognize that the upper deck was built to withstand traffic to like 1997.
Yeah.
We haven't updated it. And it definitely wasn't designed to hold back-to-back traffic, like a bunch of cars just sitting there bumper to bumper.
For sure.
That infrastructure, like those engineers were going like, we got to replace that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying we don't need a new 35, but it's not going to make anything better.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's like, unfortunately, they didn't just focus on 35. They're also like, let's tear the whole town down, too.
Yeah, and exactly. Let's demolish all of our favorite little Cherrywood businesses. And then that's the neighborhood that should be getting the cap.
Yeah.
Like those really residential areas in the middle are really where the cap should be going. Instead, it's going downtown.
Don't get me started. That was a ghost town. It was like a cemetery.
It's sad. It's sad. But maybe there will be some right of way we can reclaim for some good things. I just don't think we should have any illusions about creating a park on concrete in the most polluted part of Austin.
Yeah.
In the middle of the hottest, area.
Yes.
It's not a worthy investment. I'd rather see that put into parks all over the city.
Yeah, right. And we already have like a ton of parks.
And I love the fact that we do have a lot of parks, and I love the fact that we can still develop more. And I don't want that to go unnoticed. But right now, I feel the challenges they're everywhere. But let's ask you some questions.
All right.
What is your plan? What is your future holding right now? Are you considering running for a city, state, et cetera, et cetera? Or are you just going to stay in nonprofit, or I don't know?
I mean, in the current moment, I'm still running a nonprofit. I'm still doing community organizing inside and outside of that nonprofit. Go Austin, Vamos Austin. Check us out.
Vamos Austin.
GAVA.
What are you guys doing there?
We are still organizing in North and South Austin primarily, around healthy food, like food justice, early childhood and family health, climate resilience and being prepared for the flooding and heat we're dealing with, and neighborhood stability, which is anti-displacement. That's
for sure.
Continuing to organize, keep people in their neighborhoods, but also looking at more land ownership, land stewardship, community land trusts, all that kind of stuff, because that's really, I think. We have to create our realities. We have to create the models.
We can't trust the other landlords. You got to become the landlord yourself.
Well, and we can't expect the government to fix it. Like, our council's not going to build affordable housing. They've made that very clear. It's not their priority. They're not going to preserve affordable housing.
Yeah.
But we can if we actually create those projects, and we can push the council to approve or facilitate these things because they want to look good.
Yeah, right.
You know, and so we're really just trying to do it ourselves. For me, running for office was always a harm reduction tactic. I saw, you asked me how the last year has gone, and politically, I have to say I've had a lot of "I told you so" moments.
Yeah.
I will say, like, from everything from the convention center to Cap and Stitch to the police contract to where we are now with the budget, and certainly housing stuff.
Arch thing too, that whole debacle.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, that is a difficult problem to solve. And again, like some of these issues, I don't envy.
But it is
council.
still money at some people, like
There has to be accountability.
Y'all are right.
There has to be accountability for the contracting that this city does.
Like,
so there is that. I will say, don't count me out for future
We are not.
races.
We are not.
No, we're always supporters. Here.
I will be putting on my cape again soon and getting out there for the District 9 race because that is one of those seats that we have potential to change. Not for myself, but for a very qualified candidate that I am supporting. I don't know if I can say that here.
Okay.
Hold up.
Coming soon.
Check
it out later.
Well, it's still very early in the process.
It's still
it's
early.
Next year, right?
Yeah.
Next November, so
November.
we're just a little over a year out. So that
preparation is going on.
That's right.
Good to be prepared.
Now in 2028, will electoral politics still be relevant in this country?
Yeah.
We hope so. You know, so never say never. Will there be enough of Austin?
So when I saw like a Trump 2028 hat the other day, at first I was like, but then I was like, it's only been 1 year.
At first I was like, you're like that Ice Cube meme.
You know, I was kind of like, I was like,
but then I was like,
I was at first going 2028. That's crazy. That's such a long. But then I was like,
it's really
only been one. It's only been 1 year.
It's rough,
and it seems like it's been forever.
It's brutal.
It's because so much has gone on in the last year.
Because these people of interest spent 4 years crafting the plan.
Waiting to implement
crafting the plan to pull every single unconstitutional loophole they possibly could.
Yeah.
If we look at immigration, and they've completely cut the courts out of the system. Everybody's going, why are they detaining these people? Why aren't they just deporting them? Because if you detain them, you can cut out that lawyer, that judge. You can just put them on a bus or a plane.
Yeah.
And we're watching. I mean, we're watching a playbook completely be implemented, and it's terrifying.
It's horrible. I don't want to get too much national because I feel like it's like I'm standing in a shadow. And it just seems
well,
like
you can get down a lot of rabbit holes, basically.
You can get down a lot of rabbit holes, but it's important to remember again that it's theater. Like,
for sure,
there's very few of those guys. There's a lot more of us.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have a lot less money.
Yeah.
But like, what did we show them last year? You know,
shout out Broke Austin.
It's the shout out Broke Austin. You still have a subscription to something.
Yeah, no,
like,
for sure.
You know, you still got to eat.
And people still have power, and like I feel like some of the things that your nonprofit's doing is helping people get implanted in the communities they live in. You know what I mean? And it's like, like a lot of people maybe don't even know the resources that they have around them in order for them to be a part of their community more. Like, I mean, I've lived here since I was 2, and like, you know, I live on South Congress. I don't really know community programs that I could be a part of to be like a volunteer for.
You know, we hear
like,
that all the time. Like, we will get people block walking and door knocking and knocking on each other's doors to whether it's because they want to get a farm stand, or they're, you know, creating a food co-op, or they're supporting you know, childcare network in their neighborhood or whatever. And or improving the park, or getting a shade structure over their bus stop, whatever it is, right? And we hear people say like, you know, I've been in this neighborhood 15 years and I've never talked to my neighbors, or like I've lived in this neighborhood.
Typical Austin
people in my campaign
thing.
made amazing connections block walking. I had people who had been in Zilker neighborhood loved me, and in terms of the central folks, is you know, I had a lot of east side, a lot of south side.
Yeah,
I had like a lot of, you know, different, but I had folks in Zilker who had been there like 30 plus 40 years, who were like, I have never talked to this many of my neighbors, and it started new connections. And for a lot of folks, like especially with all the displacement, you know, and the pandemic, we stopped talking as much.
Yeah,
Fat Pockets Watson doing. Oh, sorry, I was a little crazy.
Oh, who's the mayor before Watson? I always forget his name.
I didn't want to.
Oh, the mayor before was
Adler.
Yeah, Adler, the one that
He's
lived
like
in the West W.
Yeah.
He's like a.
I worked at the W for a while, and they would be like,
He's a special counselor for the real estate, whatever.
I mean, most of them.
They all are.
Many of them, not all of them, but many of them are. I mean,
he's working for the real estate guys.
No, I know. I mean,
he's a property rights attorney.
Yeah,
he's an eminent domain.
He got the baton, and then he was like, "All right, we're all real estate guys, so I'm gonna keep it going. We're changing this city for the best."
And you mean like, I mean, honestly,
for their best and our best are two different bests.
Well, a lot of people thought that Kirk Watson was elected to get the deregulation of real estate, of like development done, that Adler Adler couldn't, right? Because Adler painted himself in a corner when he promised both sides he would satisfy them.
And then he's
Kirk
like,
Watson
well,
did the same thing.
They're the ones
but
that
ultimately,
are really my friends.
he was fine with screwing over his
Everybody.
neighborhood friends. And, didn't matter. Loyalty really doesn't matter after a while.
Nah.
So a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, we did a podcast together.
It was a year.
And I brought up the infamous game rooms of Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, God.
They're everywhere now.
It's crazy.
How about they took over Playland, made Pins and Needles, all those other
it's insane.
fun houses going around.
I was like, I can't tell you like how many per week articles I see like going into this fall of like recession indicator. More like
crime
this one hot dog place
room
in Queens is saying like that they're selling a lot more hot dogs, and we've always known that this is a recession indicator. I'm like, man, how many recession indicators do we need a week to know that people don't have money? Like, like
the game rooms are everywhere.
And
whether they call them lottery, whether they call them just like a. If you go down airport in the hood, it's
really
it's all over.
Yeah,
they're
I feel
fun
like
rooms.
between that
fun rooms, game rooms,
or escape rooms,
entertainment,
right?
yeah.
Well, I think the escape rooms they have one downtown. They're like.
Yeah, but there's no illegal gambling going on.
Yeah, I was like, they're like for fun. They're like for fun. Like, we put you in a room and like you figure out the clues to escape.
These weird game rooms is like it's like you spin.
You spin a slot machine
and
or something.
You win like,
a
voucher.
And then you could go to the counter and then they exchange it for money.
Like they're playing on our Price is Right kind of nostalgia.
So it's like that way you're not really gambling, but
they're all 24 hours.
Yeah,
it's really kind of BYOB. And they just stay open forever, and everyone's committing crimes because, like, you're on drugs. You're like, I'm going to go to the game room because I know it's open. And
Yikes.
Yes, they're terrible.
And this is creeping up on the whole city right now. It's
I can point out, like, 7 is on my top of my head. Maybe more. It's just, that's all I do is spot game rooms.
Anything to keep us from being productive, right?
Right.
The game rooms are the worst.
I mean, at least I guess it's getting people out from in front of their phones.
True. Yeah, I was like, it's getting people out of the house.
Some analog fun.
There's some community building there, but we were debating about it a couple weeks back.
Community drug dealing because you're trying to stay awake because you've been playing the game for 14 hours.
This is my other job. This is my night job.
It's like you need to get out and do stuff, but also it's like, is that what you should be getting out and doing?
How about
it's
just
like,
some
you're not going
karaoke?
to the strip club. Yeah, see, I go to Austin karaoke. Like I love the karaoke place.
So I guess also in your work, have you? I mean, the ice. Have you seen the ice? Have you been around the ice? Have you been? I feel like Austin did a really good job of not the ice is. I don't know. We've done a really good job of
I feel like
hiding
a lot of people in the community
hiding it from people who are not affected. So this is like
we don't seem to think we have an ice problem.
Right. The moments that you see that Austin is so divided, and I don't mean politically. I mean in terms of experience, class, comfort.
Yeah.
This is one of the most
divided.
Yes, this is two Austins. There's the Austin that sees ICE and these National Guard attacks and things happening in Los Angeles or happening in Georgia.
But no one thinks it's happening here.
Yeah.
But unless they live in these neighborhoods or are close to people who are affected by it.
Yeah, they know somebody personally.
We have seen DPS lined up across Stastny.
Oh,
We've seen officials taking pictures of license plates out in the open, which to me is an intimidation tactic.
No,
straight
for sure.
Up. It's
certainly.
Don't you have plate readers? Why are you out there taking photos?
Yeah, it's like you guys don't need to put that into
we
the
have had
recognition
people
network
picked up
over there.
in front of Walnut Creek Elementary.
Oh, wow.
There have been DPS and ICE pickups they were at Del Valley High School. These people have no. I mean, I don't know if
do you know the school? I don't know if it was in North Austin where the teacher was picked up during class and they're still
Elementary.
Yeah, it's like they're still gone right now.
A Cuban teacher.
It's crazy.
He probably had, I mean, the thing is Cubans have an interesting situation, right? Because they've always had the wet foot dry land rule where they can get status, they can get a pathway to a green card pretty easily.
Yeah.
But they have a almost the opposite rule of most immigrants, which is if you're here undocumented for over a year from any other country, you're automatically banned for 10 years. You have to go finish out your application
in Cuba?
Elsewhere. No, not in Cuba. Cuba's the opposite. Okay. They have to wait they have to wait an entire year of being here before they can apply.
Oh, wow.
that is the legal pathway for them.
Oh, okay.
So what happens if you're in the middle of that year and you don't have any status, right?
Yeah.
Like you may be, that doesn't even mean they're undocumented. They could have checked in. Most of these people, like so many people are affected right now if they had temporary protective status. If you had DACA, you know, if you were brought here as a kid and you got authorization.
Yeah, I mean, so many. Oh, man.
I know on the East Coast I see a lot, or maybe not necessarily just the East Coast, but towards the East Coast I see a lot more like DACA kids getting picked up, and like, I mean, maybe it's just I'm not seeing it here, but it's crazy. I mean, like, you're part of the program and you're here, learning. You go to school here.
Yeah,
and everything.
So they're also going a lot to the day labor sites. Yeah, picking up people who are on their way to work, and they can profile legally.
Yeah.
You know, the difference between what's happening in Austin and anywhere in Texas and what's happening in California or Chicago is that our governor weaponized our state police.
Yeah.
He deputized DPS officers.
I wonder what his Mexican wife thinks of all this.
Right?
She's terrible.
Yeah, you know, I mean, who rolls around a wheelchair slashing disabled kids' benefits? That guy.
Yeah.
So none of it really makes sense, you know. We like to say just because you experience oppression doesn't mean that you are clear on oppression.
Right.
But this guy, you know, so we have people who are absolutely caught in the middle of this, and we have state police who are deputized to show up, take people away, profile people, pull people over. If they start talking to you and they ask what your status or why are you going so fast, the second somebody starts talking and they have an accent, I mean, they're done.
Yeah.
They've already been profiled, and under SB4, that's given this state police officer the authority. If I see someone, or if anyone wants to turn someone in, all they have to do is call DPS. So, unfortunately, like regular citizens and people who would want to intervene are much less likely to do so when there's a state police officer. It's very different.
For sure. I mean, it's like local police and like getting charged.
I mean,
with,
DPS are already kind of scary just in general. No offense, man. Like, those dudes are always like gun crazy.
Well, we saw him come in 2 years ago, right? 3 years ago, like
pulling
everybody. Did you guys see
over.
the video of the kid riding away on the bike in New York?
Chicago.
Or is it Chicago? Yeah, that's crazy. It was literally like because of all whatever situations, like they have the authority to pick somebody up. Like, you're literally watching people get coaxed into like trying to like arrest people. It's like, like they don't know anything about the dude.
So supposedly the backstory to that, which I heard from Maria Hinojosa, the journalist, she was visiting recently.
Okay.
And she mentioned the backstory to that was apparently that guy was a delivery cyclist, you know, and he was taunting them.
Yeah, I did see that part in the video.
Either saying that he was not documented or he was not a citizen or whatever.
Yeah, and he was like, "Come and get me."
But then he drops his phone.
Yeah, and
that's the moment they seize on his weakness.
Yeah. And
he grabs it, and then he has to
they still
weave around.
Yeah.
But it's like, I saw that video and I was like, it's insanity, because like for all reasonability, when somebody's coming to arrest you or you're getting detained by somebody, you think that there's some kind of like barriers to them being able to do it. But he was literally just talking to him, and like whether or not he could have been lying, like, you know, it's like who are these? Like, to me, it's like,
there's no
it feels like
right
there's
now, though,
letting stupid people like just
we're literally
and like they're reactive, like, you know,
one of
these
them's wearing a
reactive
cowboy
people.
hat.
I saw this interview with Bannon like 4 or 5 years ago, and he was like, the number one move they've always liked to do is to do 2 or 3 things in the same day, because the media can't pick up on all the stories, or just a flood of information that makes people not want to care.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, so just keep that going like that. And they've been, I mean, obviously with the Portland thing and the stupid military meeting thing,
the executive orders, the attack on the press, the attack on the Department of Justice, the attack on immigration judges,
the fake Antifa stuff, which is like
we had to remind people, like the U.S. Army in 1945 was also Antifa. Like
it's just such a nightmare we're going through right now.
Apparently,
I mean, they've leaned into it so much. It's like, how can you? I don't know. I'm not even gonna start on Texas because we're just not any better. But
it's the devil we know.
Yeah,
we gotta get it together. We gotta try to win some of these.
As much as we want to be a little different, like we definitely have a lot of differences.
Can we hold some of these spots? Are we gonna lose them I mean,
are you talking about in the Congress?
The gerrymandered stuff.
Oh man, in the midterms, it's brutal. I mean, we may not have midterms that matter. We still got to try.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. This is why I feel like Prop Q is such a problem.
Yeah.
Because it's the perfect election where no one's going to come out because nothing's really getting voted on except for like some weird amendments with some state ones, which I don't want to get started on those right now. And then the Prop Q.
Yeah.
And then they're making it seem like, oh, this is what the Trump, and they're trying to make a pro-Democrat, pro-liberal, pro-whatever. I stick by that, but I'm also looking at this. This is all a facade.
Yeah.
I mean, your Travis County Democratic Party just endorsed it.
I know they have to. They got to play the game.
A marching order, yeah.
Yeah, and I know they don't want to.
I mean, I appreciate what you said about Brooke Austin, because I will tell you this. I am tied to and allied with folks on both sides of this.
Yeah.
So I know people who are strongly against Prop Q, and I know people who are saying we got to do Prop Q.
Could you give us a little run through of Prop Q real quick for people who don't know?
Oh. So yeah, like the 98.9%
people might not be fully informed.
It's they're trying to make it seem like it's only like $2 a day or something.
Well, okay, so it's a tax rate election, TRE. And the reason for it is because the state dictates we can only raise taxes a certain percent.
Yeah.
And so this actually requires a vote to raise our property taxes approximately 5 cents per $100 of valuation of the property, which translates to what they say the median home price, I guess, in Austin is about $300 a year.
Yeah.
So that's Prop Q itself is just granting the city the ability to increase the tax. Now, this is necessary
up to 20%.
To fund. Right.
19.7, whatever, but yeah.
This is necessary to pay for the budget that was just approved for fiscal year 26, which started today.
Oh, wow.
So we're already in fiscal year 26.
Uh-huh.
And if this fails, they have to go back to the drawing board. The city manager has to come back with a new budget, basically. And it's not just the add-on list for the TRE. It's the whole budget that's up for discussion. If it passes, then the budget's already approved. The problem is this is a forever tax. I mean, this is a increase that is permanent. So, I mean, they could lower it later, but how often do you see
that's not going to happen? Not in this town.
So
they love money. Now they can go back to eating at Perry's on Fridays.
Right. So they gave us a FY26 budget.
Okay.
That this would pay for, but there's fiscal year 27.
Yeah.
They could amend this budget.
Okay.
So really important question here is, how do you hold the council accountable for how they're going to spend this money?
Yeah.
And when we were talking about, we've seen
some really wasteful... But there's no accountability in the prop.
We've seen
there's
wasteful
no checks
spending.
And balances for it.
We saw a police contract that's the most expensive we've ever seen. And by the way, people need to remember, even if people are pro-police, I'm sure tons of your audience, this contract did not add a single officer position.
Oh, wow.
It didn't staff a single officer position. It increased the pay.
Yeah.
So we have all these vacancies.
But
we're paying overtime on a higher pay rate, but we don't necessarily have more cops.
We need more cops, more EMS.
We didn't reform the the academy.
Yeah.
We didn't see what metrics there are for hiring or culture, or retention, all that stuff, right?
Do you know what because we resigned for firefighters too, the contract.
Yeah, they just negotiated, as well.
Was that a good deal?
I don't know enough about that one to speak on it, but I think it's like overdue. I mean, I think the fact that, for example, they're telling us we need this tax rate election to pay for a fourth firefighter on a truck, which is the best standard. Like that's best practice.
Yeah,
so that's
that would be the
basic
normal
service, and that's why when we look at stuff like hundreds of millions on the convention center, hundreds of millions of cap and stitch, this incredibly expensive police contract with no good metrics for us. Like, when we look at all of these spending decisions, the tens of millions that are going on consent all the time, way more than 1.1 million on the logo, I might add. Right. All of this combined, if we were to vote on these, would we vote to increase our taxes for a convention center?
No.
Would we vote to increase our taxes for cap and stitch?
No.
Probably not.
So this is how they're hiding
So
it.
they paid for those things, and now they're saying you need tax increase to pay for a fourth firefighter on the truck. You need to, you need this for if we're going to save our health department. And granted, a lot of that is from the federal cuts. Like our health department half the employees are grant funded, and that's mostly federal grants.
Gotcha.
So we are in a bind, but there are a lot of things.
Oh, I know we're in a bind, but a lot of this bind is of their own doing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So that's where I think there's a struggle, and so I know folks who are more on the like moderate, but they're progressive. They're Democrats, right? They're older, they're homeowners, and they're going like, this is totally irresponsible, and I can't support it. Then you have like conservatives and real deal Republicans who, of course, are like against any tax hike, no matter what.
Anytime,
right?
anyway.
Then on the pro side, you have like progressives, but you also have the like the Democratic Party structure, right? And this sort of like political.
We're gonna vote it down. I feel like everyone I'm talking to is like not cool with this.
And that the timing
and I'm not talking
with the
to nobody
logo
powerful.
help.
I'm just talking to I'm just talking broke Austin. You know what I'm talking about?
And broke Austin doesn't pay attention to 90% of the stuff I just talked about. Like, I'm not
but
saying
we know we're broke.
I'm not saying broke Austin, but like I'm saying Austin in general. Rich Austin definitely doesn't pay attention.
Broke Austin. Everyone I know's got 2 jobs, a side hustle. Picking up part-time gigs.
But they know that they wasted money on that logo, and they know they're being asked to pay more taxes. So that alone is
we all know about the Arch too, that whole $9 million kind of getting thrown into the air to get shot by a confetti gun or something.
And like with the school, like the ASD consolidation thing is like that. I don't know that's not necessarily directly that, but there's a lot of things that they're like, we're not getting a lot for like what we feel like y'all are pushing us or have pushed us
less
towards.
Bang for the buck.
Right.
And it's like, like let's start getting actual results from whatever we're voting on, because like we're just maybe they're trying. It's because they really try to do
like
too much at
600 of
once.
these things, and none of it's happened. And now they want us to throw more money to get some of this stuff maybe happening. There's not even a guarantee that we're ever going to get a train line from Old Torp to Riverside.
I think that they will. I think
that's already like that tax levies.
They're so with that, I feel like eventually it's just going to be that they're going to spend way more money to do it because it's going to take a while to get it. But then they're eventually just going to jump the gun and just be like, we got to start this because it's been 5 years or so. However, I mean, how many years has it been already?
Are you talking about the train?
Yeah,
it's 10 now.
I mean,
that's
like
the
5
thing.
Years. They're completely hamstrung by the state and the feds. Like the state has already. Like the tax is so problematic, the way that they passed it and the way they bait and switched. I mean, if you look at the original Project Connect, which is like, I was very much supportive of the plan.
I was not.
If you look, the ballot initiative was a different story because already by the time it was packaged for the ballot, people had been paying attention. Were like, this math doesn't math. Like this is going to be way more expensive than they're telling us. And they don't actually have a budget for the construction.
They did this whole thing of like, we're going to build these trains so the workers can get the jobs.
That's right.
And then it's like, well, we're just probably going to build a train so we can get the tourists into the hotels faster.
That's
like,
we can demolish our old buildings and build new high rises and have people like be attracted because there's a train. And you're exactly right. The ballot language talked about essential workers, talked about climate change, like relieving
the whole Austin Statesman project. That's been like a hush-hush secret, done deal, not done deal, still hasn't broken ground. It's like 15 acres right there off Riverside.
The moment somebody said something about wanting to buy it, then they knew it was a done deal. They were just like, look, it's just going to take a bit for us to shift
the Ford Milk one, I think that was dead too.
Yeah.
I have to say, the most audacious thing about that was when the city tried to pass off a tax break for the Statesman PUD, like a massive, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Under the pretense of it being a blighted site.
Oh my gosh.
So the courts threw that out. Shout out Bill Bunch and Save Our Springs. People don't like that. Like, I don't know, like the people who want just like all the development to be able to be done with no rules and all that. They can't stand this guy because he's been fighting developers to protect like fresh water.
But he's absolutely right. Because in the end, these idiots are going to take 1,000 million cuts and make this whole tower like unlivable in fucking 12 years.
Because you need this economic development. They want the tax revenue. But they were basically saying, we won't even take all the tax revenue. We'll give you a big tax break. In exchange for what? Economically stimulating.
We're going to give you some affordable housing. And what's that mean? 6 apartments in the basement next to like a live tiger? Like, what out here,
man? It's like the housing complex right
That's
over
actually
here
my tiger, a little
Rosewood.
pandemic. I love the little pandemic.
We're on Northwestern over here by the Millennium, but right down the street they got a brand new like apartment building. It's like a big complex, lower income housing complex they're building. And like it's right across the street from a convenience store, where like people, just kind of sit out and hang out during the day, and like, it's Storybook East Austin.
Oh,
but
I'm waiting
what's
to
gonna
see
happen?
what happens.
Like, and I highly doubt that apartment building is gonna have apartments for less than $900.
I don't want to get started with Rosewood here. It's supposed to bring everybody back.
Well, we saw, the 290 units that the council voted to demolish, earlier this year. That was Acacia Cliffs, and that was like a case study of like, look, if it happens in East Austin, it can happen anywhere. This was on the west side. This was in the Anderson High School feeder pattern. This was like those cheap apartments where truly like working class people were able to live in, a neighborhood with a like esteemed elementary, middle, and high school. Yeah, so these folks, are just one. This was also setting precedent. That's what we were saying is like, there are so many apartments that could be redeveloped as affordable housing or could be redeveloped as 90-foot towers of like luxury, which by the way, nobody is building right now. Yeah. But people will still speculate and hit licks.
But this is the problem, because they know they're going to get greenlit. These projects are getting greenlit.
It's a rubber stamp council. That's why November 26th, you have the opportunity to choose your council people.
And the voting for Project Q is on the 26th?
Okay, so Prop Q, we really. I hope your listeners.
Q goes November 4th. The early voting starts October 21st.
Yes, of this year. So we're just weeks away. Yeah. We're just weeks away.
Oh, they're gonna try to. The master plan is like nobody votes. They don't want anyone to go out there and vote. So like the 7 people who do vote pass it on accident, and then they're like, surprise, Biscuits. Like, God damn it.
Actually, most of the folks who are gonna turn out are the like crotchety folks who've been watching this municipal stuff. Me and everyone else 40 years older than me.
Yeah,
they're gonna vote in droves. Yeah. So actually, you're probably gonna see a lot of opposition to this.
They had to close down the comments on Facebook because of me and other wild Biscuits.
And then you're gonna have the Democratic Party and a lot of like some progressive groups are gonna be pushing really hard for Prop Q. But traditionally, our folks have a lower turnout.
Yeah.
So really, I think you're on to like it's going to be an uphill battle for those who want to pass Prop Q, because a lot of the people who even know what's happening.
Yeah, like they're not going to.
Words out is terrible, I feel.
So the ballot language is going to be probably confusing. So people just got to know that this is what it is.
You know that picture of Trump there, so it's like, well, that's Trump bad. 2 legs good. They're animal farming me right now.
That's they did that to me. They were like, oh, her sign's red, vote blue. Like, people really will like find
I'm fiery, y'all. I'm fiery. That's why my sign's red.
I'm a socialist.
Oh man, we'll get started on the talk like crazy.
I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
So I don't know, man. There's so much still going on. Yeah. And there's still going to be a lot more going on. That's the magic of Austin. We hate it, love it.
Well, and that's the other thing is like whether this passes or whether it fails, we have to have people holding our council accountable. We need people participating. We need people paying attention. And also like
we out here.
And like, look, I have been part of the groups who advocated for a lot of these things. Family stabilization grant, supporting people with direct cash payments instead of social services that are like a part-time job and hoops you have to jump through. All of these really great programs, parks funding. That's why I want the convention center. I'll throw a shoe at
Kirk Watson. He ain't ready for me.
I mean that's all you. That's all you.
Thank you. America, what's up?
I'm all words over here, but I will say like,
but you're the people. You get the finger on the pulse.
And I'm gonna keep having my finger on the pulse, and I'm gonna keep telling people to get loud about this stuff and to get involved, because a lot of these programs, they may or may not be funded in the future. They probably won't. So what are we doing as a community to step up?
All right. Maybe some other time we'll talk about this because we're kind of running out of time, I feel. But what do you think of all these like fake nonprofits going on right now?
Oh, yikes. You mean like literally fake? Like
it's like rich people starting nonprofits and then like not really doing shit. But like
Lord, we don't need another C3.
But they're getting a lot of money, and then this is like, oh, thank you, government, for... I don't know, man.
I don't know. I didn't even know we could have, like, we already had 6,000 in Austin. You're telling me people are starting more? I didn't even know about it.
I feel like more in Austin.
More nonprofits.
Okay.
You know, like, these rich dudes starting nonprofits to pretending like, oh, I can talk to chicks and, like, make money and stuff. You're like, man, that's the worst.
That's charity game. They're just trying to like charity riz.
That's power lurking right there. That's lurking 101. What do you do for a living? Well, I just take what God gave me, the gifts, and I give back. And
I didn't realize I could actually get a girl if I helped the community.
Oh, well, that's yeah. Who's ever heard that one before?
It's a slippery slope.
It's like when people are like, you mean they're narcissists in the
Yeah.
nonprofit circle?
You mean they didn't actually want to help for real?
They lurk everywhere,
They lurk, I
darling.
mean, I've always been my own nonprofit, Lurk Strong, where we take young gentlemen and teach them how to lurk better, stronger, just whatever. It's neither here nor there.
How about Lex Strong? That's where
okay.
males of a species have to do their mating dance together.
That's funny.
It's too much work.
You know, maybe the original meaning of wingman.
I am a known today. Okay. Do you want to wrap something up here with anything? You promoting something? Writing a memoir? Archie Manning, what do you think of Baby Arch? You like Baby Arch? You with Baby Arch?
Oh man, now you had me going there. Yeah, I'm like the last person.
You know little Baby Arch.
I'm gonna be like, let me refer you to my mother, who is like actually the football expert.
She loves Baby Arch. We love little Baby Arch. He's a little $8 million student. He ain't doing no harm.
He's
from the country.
Baby Arch is the UT pisser.
He just wants to come to this.
Have you heard of the UT pisser?
Oh my God, I shouldn't tell her this.
Once again, let me refer you to my mother.
Well, yeah, mom over here, Gen Z baby.
My mom read Mac Brown's book. She got season passes. Like, she will talk to you about it all day long. My mom had 3 kids, and none of us went to UT.
We know Rubin wishes he could get a season pass to UT
Baby Mac.
and see Baby Arch and
you know Baby Arch, little Baby Arch.
I know a lady. I might be able to help you out. No, in conclusion, people can follow me. I used to be Carmen for Mayor on Instagram, and now I'm ATX Carmen D.
Okay. Yeah, how do we find you?
We need you.
Where's Carmen?
We need you to help us get through this project. Prop Q. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, Prop Q. Find
it's a
out
trap.
more.
Yeah.
It is really a trap.
Do your research.
Yeah.
It really,
#, do your research.
I mean, you're right though. There is like, it's like basically we want more money and we're going to spend it on this. But there's no guarantees they're even going to spend it on that.
Hey, whether it passes
or
whether
they're all going to go
fails.
back to Perry Steakhouse and get more steaks because they got all the money in the world now.
I will say, I have to say this, like, there are all 13,000 union employees at the city of Austin whose 3% raise is also riding on this Prop Q. That's what I'm saying. Like, the unions are for this.
Yeah,
we are in a serious situation, so we have to ask our council, how did you get in a situation where you can't do cost of living increase?
They don't answer nobody.
For your city employees.
Yeah.
And why are we... So if it passes, we need accountability. If it fails, we need accountability. That's what I'm telling people.
Bring back P.O.
Yeah. What?
What? I don't know. It was a moment thing.
No, we're going to have to talk.
You know P.O. me?
You know P.O.'s sister is my mentor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
How's she doing?
You know, she ran twice. Her brother ran against her last minute, and it was kind of rough. And
Damn.
the establishment got behind him, so that's why you know who he is.
Hopefully the family's doing
Shout out
well.
Susana Almanza Poder.
Masculine energy is the worst sometimes, fool.
Yeah, just only when it's out of balance.
Yeah, well,
that's pretty out of balance. I don't know what else to say there.
We definitely appreciate you demystifying a little bit of
so
some
much
of Austin politics. Because, like, look, I'll be honest. Ruben didn't have to tell me about Prop Q, but it was something I saw. I didn't get enough information on my own.
They're doing a really good job
of
making it this like a little pop up here.
Yeah, I was like I did read an article about it, but so like I understood it was somewhat.
Parks?
I was like I knew it was
that's the
the
thing. That's
gist.
what they're doing. They're like,
but
do you want to help poor people?
Right.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but
there's always a lot that they're
not.
The average Austinite won't understand or know, and so having somebody like you on the show is definitely like
there's no guarantees that any of the poor people are
getting
anything out of Prop Q.
He's still going off on it. I appreciate y'all making the space to talk about this. I thought you weren't even supposed to tell people how to, I'm over
wild.
Well, it's like
I'm
trying to. Ever since we've been back,
but we won't talk about why my sign's
he's on one.
He's on
so
one.
He's very passionate. Every show, I gotta.
It's like a lot of emotions.
Who's not on one this year?
He's doing a lot of emotional projecting on this episode.
My therapist,
many episodes. But it always leads to a classic Rubin rant, which is
we just want.
for us.
I just want the best for Austin.
Don't we all?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not all of us, but yes, I do too.
And I don't want to be like, oops, we did it again, Austin. Now you got to bail us out, which is what this all sounds like.
Yeah. But we're still here.
Exactly.
We're
I want to eat at Perry's.
We can still fight.
Shout out Perry's
Listen,
Steakhouse.
y'all think Prop Q, people don't know about it?
I want hot pot.
I need y'all to do a thing on the May election where we will vote on the convention center because citizens have petitioned to get it on the ballot so we can stop the $6 billion boondoggle.
It's already. I thought it was already.
Nah, man, the demolition of that building represents less than 5% of the budget of the overall project.
Whoa. No, how do you demolish the building without the money to build it?
Because they're banking on
everybody's just going to agree with it and
putting us $6 billion in debt over the next 20 to 30 years.
I see what you're saying.
Can stop that part.
Tearing the building down is the way for the city council to show the city hey, this is already happening. Just vote on it. It's no, it's not like
that. We're talking about 6
square blocks. Especially we're talking about. You're going to stop progress, I guess.
Yeah, well,
but you're talking about 6 square blocks. What happens to that?
It's a lot.
There's still so much that hasn't been decided, so stay tuned.
And even South by...
This is crazy. Now
we got hope.
Even South by just this, either yesterday or today, came out and announced that they're not moving to another city. They're keeping South by in Austin. They're going to move, Film Hub is 800 Congress. Music Hub is going to be another venue or split between venues. And then
Congress is
the initiative...
Right?
Something no, it's they're putting the main hub at 800 Congress so that it's around all the theaters. But the reason why they had the
hotel right there, the Wyndham or whatever.
The reason why they were so worried, people were so worried about South by leaving Austin or going to Henry B in San Antonio was because they used the convention center as the main hub. That's where you pick up your badge.
They have down Henry B.
No, dude, no, they're not.
Well, anyway, we're apparently keeping
the secret plan in San Antonio right now is. They want to build a new Spurs.
Well, but they're gonna. That's this.
They want it right next to St. Mary's.
We could get into it, but
I forgot 210 over here.
They want to go with that area.
It's Heritage Square or the tower. That's a huge park that they haven't even finished. So Henry B. Gonzales, they expanded on it recently in the last 10 years.
I'm gonna say that
they're gonna expand
the word
on
the street is they want to put the Spurs Stadium over there.
I support that.
Y'all went from 512 to 210 real fast.
Look, man, San Antonio is the Mexican New York City. I don't care what anyone says.
It is. La mera mata.
If you're Mexican, you make it there, you make it anywhere.
That's the other border.
Yeah, right.
That's where my people come.
Love that town.
Well, thank you again.
Thank y'all.
Retract that there.
Making the space.
You can still get a taco for $1.50 in San Antonio.
I know. I saw one time this hilarious tweet.
I'm sorry.
Somebody from the Valley was like, tacos in the Valley. Here's your 6 tacos for $6 while you wait. Oh, here's a delicious bowl of beans so you don't get too hungry while you wait for your 6 dope-ass tacos for $6.
Yeah.
And then it was Austin, what if we put a waffle into a taco?
Every time I go home, it's hey, give me 2 tacos. All right, what do you want? 2, give me 4. I go to the store, I'm all right, I need 14, blah, 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 blah. And they're all right, that'll be $16.
It's like going to a fancy Mexican place where they're doing the mixed blue corn, regular corn tortillas.
I don't want to pay $10 for a taco.
It's I see what y'all are doing.
I'm going to church.
Why does it have to be so much?
Right. It's
me and old Jesus are going to work out the sciatica issue and reading glasses issue.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll bring back my fake dog and go to the dog park, and then me and middle-aged Jesus, we're going to solve all the problems of Austin.
Yeah.
Jesus drove a Honda, but he didn't talk about it.
Because he knew better.
Because he did not speak of his own accord.
Poor Jesus.
That's good.
My man, he never had to suffer sciatica. He died young. My poor baby Jesus.
Oh, man. Well, can we smoke in here?
Oh, that's a good episode. That's a good episode.
Eternal life.
All right. That's it.